Hey birdies, yes, I finally got a microphone and welcome back to Faith's Butterfly Blog. So this week was actually a pretty easy week, so I'm just going to say a few notes of what's happened and then I'm going to be telling you a little bit more about these over here, these QR codes, but that's going to be in a little bit. So Monday was a pretty easy week, well, pretty easy day, excuse me. I'm saying week because it was a easy week, but it started off pretty easy. I had a small class as well as the teacher on the other side of my classroom that I'm sharing for the summer. And I just also want to point out that kids, they always have the coolest, things. Like they have like the cute, coolest outfits. They have like these awesome t-shirts. Like people, like I understand why people like to dress up their kids in like really nice stuff or stuff that they're not able to wear anymore because it's just so cool. Like there's a child that came in, it was his birthday that day. And I don't want to put out too much business, but this child, like I think they have a parent who's, designs clothes. And he comes in and he wears like I think like a belt that had race toy cars on it. It was like the coolest and cutest thing. And I just want to say that kids, they always have like the coolest thing. They have like really nice and cute shoes. Like I think when the time comes when I become a parent, I'm going to be one of those parents that dresses up their kids in like the cool, cute, and coolest things. Where maybe funny graphic T-shirts or positive T-shirts and whatnot. But that's just a note I just want to throw in because I just want to say that kids always have like the coolest outfits, and it always makes me laugh whenever kids wear like a T-shirt that references something that was a way ahead of time. Like I've seen a couple kids to be wearing T-shirts for Rolling Stones or for like mainly Rolling Stones. Like I've seen a lot of kids wear Rolling Stone T-shirts. I'm like, they don't know what that is, and it just makes me laugh. Also, I found out that one of my little ones who I had when I started the 1 year class, that they are going to be leaving the school. And you know how I am, like like you know how I am when I have like over a class of like kids and then find out that they are no longer going to be there. Like it's kind of sad, but I understand that it's something that needs to happen. But also, I want to emphasize over. I don't know if this is the situation, but I know that childcare is considered very expensive, and of course, I'm going to be a person that's going to be, you know, making a big deal about childcare being more affordable for parents. Like we, of course, we love it when kids get to spend time with, their families, but also I want to emphasize about how, in for those families who can't, be there, can't have to spend time for their kids throughout the entire week, at least have like maybe 1 or 2 days that they need a childcare or a babysitter, that hopefully it'd be more affordable or more available to them. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But, once again, a little sad seeing, a kid having another kid that I was over for a good amount of time leaving. And I know this is kind of weird to come from someone who's almost did childcare in general in a year, but they're kind of like your little friends. You help them learn, you have fun, feel bad when they are sad about something or they're upset about something. And it's kind of, a little bit, the little, it kind of pulls at your heart a little bit when one of them, that especially when they've been with for, months, is going to be leaving, not just, leaving your class, but leaving your school in general. But I just wanted to throw that out there. Also, I did a fun, very, very fun light activity, but that for the, I think it was for the next day or that day. And it's really simple. It's basically, you could use, if you don't have like a flashlight, you can use light up toys. The room doesn't have to be completely dark. Like it could be just really dim. You could have like a window open to show some natural light, but you could, have them light up toys. You could talk to them saying, oh, look at this. When you use the flashlight, you can turn it on and you can turn it off. This one lights up red lights or this one lights up green lights. Like it's one of those things that incorporates emergent literacy skills for a young age. Like that's like building the foundation for when they learn how to read and write, because they will recognize the sounds of the words that you're saying, and they probably would be able to connect that once they get to those ages where they start practicing reading and writing. Also, a big thing that I am happy with this week was that I was able to get ready for a lot of the activities. It was like last week. I did not, feel like I had to scramble. Like I think I was able to prepare, even especially on like the days before. Like I had made ice for an activity, I think, for the previous week. I'll tell you more about that activity in a bit because that was the one that I did yesterday. So, I was able to, use that for the activity I did yesterday. So the week goes pretty easy. I would say that on Thursday, it was a bit of a speed bump. Now, one of the teachers had came in a little bit late, so I had to fill in and help out with for the morning class, which I don't really mind doing, but like I'm someone who's kind of used to routine, so I got a little bit thrown off. But part of childcare or kids in general, you have to be prepared for things don't going as planned. It's something that I'm still, practice putting into practice for myself. Like it was a big thing when I had to learn when I was had to, share a class for the summer, and it's something that I am hoping to continue with other areas of my life. It's a lesson I'm constantly learning and constantly having to be reminding of, and I had to keep into place. But along with that is something that I think it's kind of like when the day that I had was in the infant room, that everything kind of ran into each other at one point. So that was something that threw me off on that Thursday. Like everything kind of ran together. Like I don't think I was able to take my kids to morning play for that. I was like, oh, you know what? This is close to the time that we're supposed to be going out, but I need to make sure everyone's changed. So I'm just going to change everyone, and we're just going to have an activity in the classroom for now. But other than that, it was a pretty, really good day. I was able to take a breather, and Friday was pretty calm like the rest of the week. Like Friday, I was really excited about because I was able to do the big activity I wanted to do, which was basically painting on ice. I'm pretty sure you saw my video about it on my TikTok, as well as the blooper video I threw in, just showing me trying to set my camera up. Yeah, it takes a few takes. It's not perfect, but nobody's perfect. And for that, like basically, I got in the leftover ice cubes, and then I frozen a big block of ice. Um, I should have like used a rubber bowl or a plastic bowl. I used a steel bowl. I had to bang it in order to get the block out. But we used that, and then we used watercolor paints and use thin brushes or use sponge brushes. And the kids had fun with it. And I noticed as they were working, I was like, you know what? I think they would like this a lot more if I used the smaller ice cubes in bowls, and they'll be able to reach it a little bit better. And that's what I did. So I had the big block of ice as well as small blocks of ice that had the flowers from the flowers and ice activity I tried to do the week before. So everyone had time. They enjoyed the paints. Some friends wanted to paint their faces over painting the ice, but that was okay. It was still fun. And it wasn't, it's something I said, it wasn't as messy as I thought it was going to be. And it's something I want to try doing a little bit more. I want to try doing more of those like quote unquote messy activities because, kids are going to make a mess, one. And two, it might not be as much of a catastrophe as you think it's going to be. So I'm excited about that. And that was pretty much the week. I know there were a few things here or there, and it doesn't seem like much, but that's how the week was. It was just a pretty easy week, and I pray and hope that it's the same thing next week. Now let's talk about Damsel. So you see my QR codes over here, and it's showing it is actually going to be going to an online store that has all these assortment of products that will help you to keep you safe in any situation and also keep your little ones safe. This is the Safe Hearts line. I'm really, really, really emphasizing about this one because this is a line that helps with families having those tough conversations, as they call them, safe part, as they call them, in order to have those, conversations for kids about very serious things that's going on in the world that they may encounter. And another thing I'm really excited about is that the Safe Heart line has a new product that is a toddler book. That is my demographic. I am definitely getting myself a copy of that book so I could show you what that book is about, read through it. So, I want to talk about the Safe Hearts. They got other books that's more age appropriate, but use your discretion in reading these books. Make sure you purchase a copy of the Parents Proactive Parent Guide so you can have those type of conversations. But they're really, really important to have, and proceeds from any of these products ends up going towards resources to help with people who are either who's recovering from human trafficking with the Damsel House Project, or who are have counseling to children who went through counseling, not to children, to people who have lived through childhood trauma. So that's the reason why one of the reasons why I love Damsel so much is that not only are you getting products to protect yourself, but you're also going to be giving products to be able to help protect others. Educate and empower. All right, so that's Stamp's little promo. I told you about my week, and I can't wait to tell you guys about my next week when next week happens. So be sure to follow me on all social media. Check out the Stamp store. You can use my link tree or check out these QR codes. Please check them out. Really good products. And be sure to stay blessed and wonderful, people. Bye. See you next week. Oh, wait. No remote.